Okay, sorry for those online that
wow.
maybe weren't hearing things.
You heard some groundbreaking stuff. You missed it all.
We'll move on. Scott, why don't you go ahead?
I just want to get you guys' thoughts on, especially looking ahead with Balogun coming in, what kind of impact do you think he's going to have? What are you expecting from him in camp?
Yeah, obviously, I had a preseason with him at Arsenal, and we developed a pretty good relationship. But then he left to go on loan, so he scored lots of goals in his loan spell and done really well. So it's someone to be excited about, and you know, I think that, you know, knowing his personality, he'll fit in well with the group. So yeah, he's gonna have to earn his right to play just like everybody else does, and when he gets his chances, hopefully he puts the ball in the back of the net.
Go ahead.
Yeah, for either of you guys, with the World Cup behind you, you guys showed a lot of potential. What are you looking to prove now in the next year, kind of next few years, before 2026?
Yeah, well, I think we have a nice summer ahead of us with Nations League and Gold Cup, and hope try to continue to win tournaments in this region, especially, and you know, be dominant on the field. And yeah, I think we showed a lot of people around the world, especially in the World Cup, what we're all about, and just yeah, continuing to grow as a team. And yeah, once that next World Cup comes around, to be able to challenge for that one.
We'll go one more in the room, Sophia.
Hi, I have one for you, Matt, and one for you as well, Christian. The juxtaposition to your seasons really coming into camp. Matt, you had an unbelievable season with Arsenal, and also in that time, you know, since joining, you've really solidified your position as #1 here in the US men's national team. How different do you feel you are after the experience you've had with Arsenal in the Premier League this season, and the impact that Mikel Arteta has had on you?
I think it changed me, made me a better goalkeeper, a better person, a better player. Besides for this on the field stuff, you know, off the field, moving to a new country, experiencing new cultures and new styles of play, a new manager with different expectations, playing with pressure, and all that kind of stuff led me into the World Cup and having a great World Cup. And I think, obviously, this season was amazing at Arsenal. I learned so much, and we won games, but I would have liked to play a little bit more. So that was, you know, on the personal side, I didn't hit as many goals as I would have really liked to. So when you say you solidified yourself as a #1, I never really view myself as that. You know, I always the type of person to think about how I can go one step further and keep pushing the boundaries and you know, keep proving myself, because in my career, there's always been this blanket of lack of experience that people talk about since I was in college. Then my first couple of years as a pro in MLS, then, you know, the beginning of my career with the national team, and now with Arsenal, you know, just trying to get more and more experience. So every time I can step on the pitch, I want to give my best performance so I can continue to grow and show that I do have experience, and I have learned, and I have grown, and I've gotten better.
Christian, your season was a stark contrast to kind of what Matt maybe experienced, but you've had so many great seasons as a Chelsea player. You love your football, you love playing. Coming into camp, how are you feeling in terms of kind of changing that negative experience into something positive, being around your teammates here for your national country?
Yeah, it's exactly that. It's been a really tough season for me personally, and for our team, of course, at a club level. So for me, it's just about coming in here and yeah, having a fresh start and being able to be a part of a team that hopefully can come out and win some games. So I'm really excited to be here, and just to get some minutes on the field, and just, you know, get back to being that confident player that I know I can be, and just find my footing again, and just enjoying the game, because it feels like it's been tough to do that lately.
Thank you both.
All right, we're going to move to on Zoom. We'll do Steve Goff, then Doug McIntyre, and then Paul Tenorio. Bernice, can you unmute Steve's line?
Hey guys, thanks for your time. Christian, I was wondering what your thoughts are on Hudson leaving the coaching job, BJ coming in. Obviously, there's some continuity there, which I'm sure you guys embrace. But what's your take on the transitional summer, and whether you guys have put in any input to the coaching search?
Yeah, obviously it's all come as a bit of a surprise for us, I think, with some of the changes, just as much as it is for you. So we're dealing with it as best we can. we've spoken, and given our input as much as we can. It's not our job as players to appoint a manager or whatever the deal is, but we're just here to come out and perform as best we can, no matter who the coach is. We're excited to be here and represent the Crest, and yeah, that's just how we look at it right now.
Great, we'll move to Doug.
Thanks, Neil. Thanks for doing this, guys. Christian, I apologize if you've been asked this already, but there's some speculation that your last game with Chelsea was your last game with Chelsea. You're under contract next year. Where do you want to be, and how do you see the summer playing out for you? Thanks so much.
Yeah, it's obviously, it's been an interesting journey at club level for me. I thought it was a great couple of years, and the last couple of years just haven't gone at all how I've planned them to be. And right now my focus is obviously here with the national team, and like I said before, I'm just excited to get back playing and just enjoy myself and do what I love to do out on the field. And from there, this summer, we're obviously gonna see what happens. It's obviously very early as of right now. I'm a Chelsea player and I plan to go back, but a lot of things can happen. A lot of things can change.
Great, before we get to Paul, the next three, we'll have Jeff Carlisle, Jonathan Tannenwald, and Andrew Jones. Paul, you're up.
Thanks, Neil. Christian, kind of following up on that, summer is usually for you European-based players a chance to decompress, de-stress before you go back into the following season. When you have questions about your future, obviously you're here with the national team, like you said, how much time are you able to give yourself to kind of be on your own and decompress a bit from the way this season went? And how much does this offseason change, because you do have to kind of figure out potentially what comes next and what you want out of that next step if there is a different club?
Yeah, it's a tough one. I mean, it's like I said, right now, it's really in the back of my head. I'm not even, thinking about per se right now, where do I want to be next season or whatever. Right now, I'm focused on the national team. I want to be here. I want to win games. That's my sole focus right now. When the time comes, obviously, I need to also rest after this, get away from the game a bit, and enjoy my break, see my family, all those kinds of good things. And then once it's time to make decisions and see what options I have, then I'll deal with it then. But yeah, until then, I'm just focused here.
Great, thanks. Jeff Carlisle, you're up.
Thanks, Neil. Hi, guys. My question is for Christian. Just to piggyback on Steve's previous question, what are your thoughts on BJ taking over? Obviously he's a guy you're familiar with, and I'm curious what, if anything, changes when an interim manager takes the helm. If you've experienced that a few times at Chelsea, does your approach change? Does anything change?
Yeah, I've had quite a few managers in my time, so I've dealt with change. BJ especially, he's been a part of Greg's staff. We know him well. We know what he's all about. He's not going to come in and try to change everything. Like I said before, he's gonna come in, give some new ideas, give input, and obviously make sure run by everything with the team, with some of the leadership guys. We're gonna be well prepared once the game comes around. It's not something that any of us have never seen before. So we're gonna give our best and help him along the way as he helps us, and try to win some games.
Great. Jonathan, you're up.
Thanks, Neil. Apologies, fellas, for the background noise. Two from me, both admittedly for Christian. What do you hope to see, stylistically from this U.S. team? Obviously winning the trophies, but what kind of soccer do you hope to see over these two games with the A squad together? And thinking about you and BJ, and the question just got asked, I know you played for a Union youth team way back in the day, and BJ was in the academy at the time. Was he out at that tournament when you were there or not?
Was he out there? I gotta speak to him. He might have been. Obviously, we've spoken before. A couple of PA guys. I don't even remember it, but yeah, we know each other well enough now. We spent a couple of years together now. And what was the first question?
What do you hope to see, not just winning a trophy, obviously, but stylistically from this group of players over the two games that you're together?
Yeah, I think we have a really good team that's going to be together. Obviously, some injuries here and there. some new guys as well. And I think just continuing to be an attacking style of play. We're not going to change who we are. We want to keep the ball, a possession-based team that's also can threaten in behind and cause a lot of problems. And obviously we're bringing in Flo as well, some new targets, some guys that can change the game and are very dynamic and can score goals, and just adding all those pieces and finding a bit of a rhythm as a team, and hopefully score some goals.
Great. All right, we're going to move to Andrew Jones. After Andrew, we'll do Ron Blum and Mike Waitala. Andrew, go ahead.
Thanks, Neil. As always, first just ask to Matt. Matt, your thoughts on Flo coming in, being on the team, how the announcement went, the excitement that came from the fan base with that for your fellow Arsenal property being with the USMNT, and Christian, your whole thoughts on Aaron Rodgers now officially being a New York Jet. And
I'll let you start.
Yeah, I'll go first. Gotta clear my voice. I haven't talked in a while. Yeah, the with Flo, it's a great situation. It's another dual national that the federation has gone out and been able to convince to come play, and I think that's not just the federation, but it speaks really highly of the people that we have in the locker room. And I think that Flo's a really talented player that's going to bring a fiery edge to the group. Like, he's a super competitive guy, and I think that fits in really well with sort of the people that we have in this locker room already. So he's going to be a great addition, creates more competition at that number 9 spot. And, just when you have competition like that, it just elevates everyone's game, around him.
I'm very excited, man. It's gonna be a big year for the Jets. We already had a good team, and I'm obviously very excited. Aaron Rodgers is a legend, so big things ahead.
As a huge Packer fan, I can say I agree. Rodgers is a huge legend, so good luck with him on the Jets. Let's move to Ron Blum.
Christian, for you, what happened in the January period, November, December, with Greg and Claudio and Danielle and Gio? Do you think Greg at this point should be considered to stay on? Do you think he's been given a fair shake? And going forward, does the Federation need more structure to keep parents and friends of lobbying staff for playing time?
I think he is still considered. I think he should be considered. I think he did a great job with the team. He brought us a long way. I think a lot of people and a lot of guys on the team especially would agree with that. And as far as your second question, there's no need to monitor that. That's just
Self-explanatory.
Yeah, self-explanatory. So.
All right, Mike.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah, hi, Christian. Thank you. What do you think your optimal role is with the national team? Is it what we've been seeing from you? Do you think it'll be the same for these next upcoming games, or do you think it evolves over your time with the national team?
You said like my role, like.
Well, yeah, positionally, is it the way we've been watching you play, or do you have? How would you describe it if someone's never seen you play for the national team?
I like to think of myself as one of the leaders of the team. I've obviously been around for quite a while, so I think people, you can understand what position I play. A very just attacking style, and I try to create and help this team score goals, assist, and do things, especially on the attacking end of the field. But just being a leader and hopefully being there and leading by example at all time, whether it's not just those things and being skillful and creative and scoring goals, but also just working hard and day in, day out in training, just being a leader and an example, I think is important. And it's what I strive to do, and especially for some of the young guys looking up, because I've seen it. It's important when you see an older guy, especially at a new club you go to, and that guy's given everything, and it really pushes you to do the same. So I always try to take that mindset.
Great, thank you.
All right, we'll move to Manuel and then Ryan. Manuel, you're up.
Hi, guys. Thank you. This is Manuel Medina from TE Sports from Mexico. I wanted to ask you both. A few days ago, your new coach, he said that even if the next game is against Mexico, there's nothing that will change in his preparation. It doesn't matter who their next rival is. I wanted to ask you guys if it matters, because of the rivalry between the two nations, not only in the nation, in the nation, at country level, but also, like yesterday with the Concacaf Champions League and so on. So is it still a special game for you both? Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think it's always a special game when the U.S. gets to play against Mexico. This will only be my second time ever playing against Mexico, so I really look forward to that competition and that challenge. It's a great rivalry. It still has sparks. Obviously, you see a tremendous amount of respect on both sides as well. And I think, to go off of BJ's point, we take every game with equal importance. It's a semifinal of a continental tournament, and whoever we were playing, we were going to approach it the same way. And the U.S.-Mexico rivalry has roots and it has history, but I think to his point, he's just saying we're going to prepare as we would prepare for any game, like we would prepare for our games in the World Cup or whatever it is. I don't think he's trying to downplay the passion that exists.
Yeah, I agree. Of course, when we play Mexico, we're always excited. Obviously, been a rival of ours, and it's going to be a big challenge and a great game. And like you said, it's not disrespecting Mexico. They're a top opponent. We're just going to prepare like we do for any other game, which is the top level of preparation. So we're looking forward to the match.
Great. We'll do the last one on Zoom is Ryan.
Thank you, Neil. This one's for Christian. Christian, I think it was last year, you spoke about there kind of being like two sides of you, where there's the soccer side and the personal side, and how you've kind of looked to balance those two sides, especially when the soccer side's kind of been going through a difficult point. So I want to ask, going into this summer where there is so much focus on what the next part for the soccer side is going to be, how do you kind of balance the human side of it all when you're seeing your name in social media or in reports or everything like that? How do you kind of make sure that you take care of the human side when the soccer side's kind of under the microscope like it is?
I mean, I definitely, I don't keep any social media on my phone anymore, so I probably don't see as much as you guys think I do. I don't know what's going on. People will text me sometimes and be like, "You're going here?" And I'll be like, "I didn't know that." So they know more than me a lot of the times. But I'm good, man. My family's healthy. I'm blessed.
We hang out sometimes too. We hang out. It's been really nice.
I'm happy to be here with the boys, with Maddie. I'm doing great, and I'm excited to play with these guys this week. So.
All right, that's a great way to end it. Thanks, everybody. We really appreciate the time.
Thank you.
We'll talk to you later.